Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Whether you are watching us or listening to us, we are super excited to have you here today. This is USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK. I'm the president, founder, and chief listening officer here at our network. Our show today is the Mallorca Connection, and what a show we have for you today. Two fabulous gentlemen coming to us live from Spain. Let us welcome the star of our show, Mr. Roland.friedl, and he's going to introduce his guests. They are in the same screen, so this is a first for us. Welcome, Roland.
Hi, Dr. Jacalyn. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, nice to have the two of you here today. I'm really excited about this. This is the first time we've had two people in the same screen actually live together. So Roland, tell us what's going on there.
Well, you know, Jacalyn, I'm on the road since a few months, as I left my home base in Mallorca in end of March, and I'm traveling through Spain, one of my favorite countries. And a friend of mine recommended me to this amazing place, and where I met Jonathan. And so I said, well, it's quite an interesting guy. I want to bring him on the show, and people get to know him and what he's doing. And especially, you know, I'm a chin lover, and he makes an amazing chin. So the topic today is talking about the chin. It's just an amazing product, really tasting well, organically, gluten-free, sugar-free, but he will tell everything later. So I met him on the road. Yes. And, you know, my plan was to stay 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 days, actually. Now I'm almost the second week here. So let's see what's going to happen.
I love it. Tell our viewers and our listeners where in the world exactly you are.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're listening or hearing from us, I'm just in Spain, a beautiful country in the south of Europe, in the southwest of Europe, in Dolores, close to the coast, to the Mediterranean Sea. It's in between Alicante and Murcia. So it's just in between Alicante and Murcia, so very south, a beautiful area here in south of Europe. That's where I'm here right now with my motorhome.
Fantastic. Well, we are super excited to have you there. And before we get started, how about a little toast? I think you guys have something, a beverage that you're imbibing with. What can you lead us with in a toast? To your health. Salute.
Cheers,
Salud.
Salud. Salud. Salud.
Fantastic.
And Jacalyn, by the way, some people really came to this venue here because they said, hey, it's live, and they thought they kind of see us in the interview. So they're sitting in a friend's home right now, and we want to also say welcome to Stefan and Adriana.
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome them.
Hi, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for joining us. And if you're joining us for the first time, we're so happy to have you. We have about 29 live shows a week. So please do subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube. Jonathan, let's get right into it. It's not every day that you meet someone who goes out on his own and develops his own gin. How does this even happen?
Okay, let me start with the beginning. Okay, so in 2016, after a few problems, family problems and things, I took my backpack and I went to travel to Southeast Asia. I was there for 11 months and 11 days, and which I spent in all these days. I had a total spending of 1,684 euros. That's a very important thing to remember, because I'm going to explain how it come that I only spent that money and how did I did it. Okay, so basically, probably you know some of the platforms like Couchsurfing, Workaway, and house sitting. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you want that I explain a little bit how they work.
Absolutely, please.
Okay, so Couchsurfing basically is surfing a couch. So actually, it's like you lend to travelers, you lend your couch for free. Sometimes it's a couch, sometimes it's a bed. Okay, Then we have also house sitting, which actually, imagine you have a dog, you have a cat, or you have a garden, and you are going to travel and you don't want to bring your animals, or you don't want to leave your garden unattended. Somebody goes to your house, stays in your house, and take care of your animals, of your garden. And then the last one that we have is the workaway. It's you just exchange sleeping and accommodation and food in exchange of some couple of hours of work.
I think I've heard of this somewhat before. That is really cool. So, by the way, we do have a couple of comments. Let's acknowledge Manuela Moore. Nice to have you with us. Hey, awesome. And also greetings from La Fabrica. Beautiful. Thank you again to everybody who's watching and listening. So, Jonathan, thanks for sharing that. It's not something that I personally am familiar with, but I know other people who have done it. So that's really kind of cool. So what was the next thing that happened?
Okay, so like I said, I was being there for 11 months, and I traveled doing all these things. And the first thing that I traveled with to get accommodation is just knocking on people's door. Okay, I was just knocking on their doors and asking if I could sleep there. Okay, that's something quite unusual, maybe in Europe or maybe in America. I don't know, in USA. But they're in Southeast Asia, and I think Roland can also say yes to that. Okay, it's that people that have such an amazing hospitality. So actually, every time I was knocking on a door, I only got refused, let's say, one because the person were ill. But all the rest of the times that I just knocked on the door and asked if I could sleep on their terrace or in front of their doors or even in the house, they said yes.
That is amazing. That really helps me think about humanity and how people really do want to help one another. So, what were those experiences like? Was it a little awkward at first, acclimating, or were you just filled with gratitude?
I was just filled with gratitude. The people were amazing. They opened their hearts, their houses. They were calling because maybe sometimes when they see there in Southeast Asia a blonde guy with blue eyes and with like facial hair and something, it's for them, it's like, this is something new. Actually, it's something very funny. In Vietnam, I was staying at a family. We were staying, all of the five family members plus me, we were staying all in the same room because they only had one room, and they invited all the family over. There were like 35 people over there, and all the ones that were the grandparents, everyone was like touching my beard, touching the hair of my arms, because for them it was like, oh, he has a lot of hair everywhere.
So we're laughing, but how did that make you feel? Were you okay with that?
Yeah, I was very okay because I'm also a very curious person, and maybe for them it's curious to have some people blonde hair or blue eyes or people with hair. I'm very open with all of this because I love to meet new cultures, new people, new experiences, new everything. So I was completely okay. Maybe somebody would have felt uncomfortable, but for me it was perfect.
Actually, some people only notice from Hollywood films, when you go in the jungle or the Amazonas and indigenous are touching you. But it still happens in the world, especially in Southeast Asia. It's still happening. Yeah.
Fabulous. So, Jonathan, you're staying with other people. People are excited to have you there. They're interested in you. What happened during this time? What were you able to create and do?
Okay, so I was able to get to know a lot of people, to get to know the places, not by the tourist places, because those people were local. So they were bringing me also recommending me places that were like actually things that normally a tourist wouldn't find. And it's something amazing, but if you Google it, you won't find it. So that's awesome. Plus, I also was invited to weddings in Indonesia. I was invited to parties in Malaysia. I had so many histories. I can actually, only from that travel, I think I could write a book at minimum 120 pages.
Incredible. And I'm sure you should write that book because I'm sure people would love to read it. So you have these unique experiences. Did you have a plan in mind when you knocked on that first door that somebody opened and said, yes, come in? Did you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do this for X amount of time, and while I'm taking this time, I want to accomplish X, Y, and Z? Or what were your thoughts during that?
During my travel, I didn't have any plan. Okay, so I only had a one-way ticket, and all the rest of the countries I was always saying, okay, my visa is going out of date in 2 weeks. In Vietnam, for example, okay, where is my next travel? I just watch on an app, Sky Scanner, what is the next flight and to where it brings cheap one. And maybe it was going to bring me to India, maybe it was going to bring me to Laos, to Malaysia. I just took that flight. So there was absolutely no plan, just go with the flow.
I love that. I see why you and Roland get along so well with that,
Yeah.
just that whole openness to, yeah, that's fantastic. So now prior to this time or during this time, were you, or are you a gin drinker at the time?
Yeah, actually, one of why do I actually make the gin or something? It's because I've been before that. Previously, I've been selling spirits and wines for 8 years, and also I've been a sommelier, wine tester, let's say, the sommelier. So I had already a little bit of knowledge from all these kind of things. So yes, previously, of course, I was a gin drinker, but I was more a rum and whiskey drinker.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'd love for you to share with our audience, what does it take to actually create your own brand of gin? It seems like it would be so difficult with everything that's flooded the marketplace so far. So tell us about that process, and then we'll actually talk about your product.
Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit how do I came up with the idea. Okay, so in one of the persons where I knock on his door, okay, this was in Thailand, in very near to Chiang Mai. Okay, it's in a place that's called Uttaradit, and there I met a guy that was 82 years old. His name is Malai. He still lives. We still have a contact, and I knocked on his door and asked if I could sleep with him. He said yes. Okay, so basically at the beginning I was planning to stay there 2 days, but the man, he needed some help in the garden, so I helped him. And during those days I was noticing that he was making his own alcohol, and was making this with coconut and flowers, and it caught a lot my attention, the way of making it. And that's also a little bit of how do I come up to make my gin. Okay, so to explain you a little bit how he made it is, in place of putting all the ingredients all together, he was making the distillation of every botanic completely individual, completely separate. Okay, and that has a reason.
Okay, I'm just trying to visualize this. So, does this gentleman have a garden and then goes out in the garden and picks various things and then somehow puts them together? Okay, that's okay.
Exactly, that's how he did it. Okay, in this case it was with coconut and flowers. Actually, he was selling to the restaurants nearby, he was selling coconut ice cream. Okay, but he also had his alcohol. It's not that I stayed longer because he had alcohol, it's stayed because I like how he was. So when I saw him making his alcohol, I asked him, I say, Malai, why are you not putting everything together? Because it's going to be faster to make, and also it's going to be, let's say, cheaper, because less of the alcohol disappears, vaporized. Okay, and then he, because my Thai was quite small, okay, and his English was nothing at all, okay, he took me to the kitchen and he started to cook 2 meals. One meal he cooked fish, vegetables, and tomato all together, and in the other pan he was making the fish apart, the vegetables apart, and the tomatoes apart. Okay, and then he let me taste it, and then he say, try the one where we cooked everything together. And he said, to what does it taste? And he say, to fish. And then he said, try now the one that we cooked all separate, and say, each thing tastes to what it has to taste. Okay, and that's why he was making the distillation of his alcohol also completely separate.
That's fascinating. You know what? I love that. I'm going to think about that the next time I cook. Sometimes I put things together and maybe keep them separate and see what that taste difference is like. So you felt like you were on to something immediately. You said to yourself, aha, I've got this great idea of how I can come out with my own gin.
Yeah. Actually, yes and no. So actually, I kept doing my travel, okay? And after 11 months, 11 days, I came back to my house. And when I came back to my house, because we live in Alicante, in the place where we live, there is a very special vegetable, okay, which is called the artichoke, okay? We are here full of plantation of artichoke. It's our green gold. I started to do things with artichoke, okay? But what happened that nothing at all came good out of it. I made a little alcohol because I had a little still, and I let it to taste to other people, and they were drinking and say, wow, why are you giving me this? You want me to die? Okay, so that idea didn't went through the thing with the artichoke, but it was my idea because it's let's say the symbol of our of where I live.
So how many trials or takes did it get before you said, yes, I have a product that I think is a winner?
Oof, a lot, but from each one I learned from it. Also, it cost me my money because I was doing something. I have to put my time, and also, of course, of the base alcohol and the botanics. And yeah, it took quite a lot of time, but at the end, I got a marvelous gin. Okay, and because the artichoke wasn't a good idea, I was thinking, wow, what other fruit or thing can I use that if somebody thinks of my gin or thinks of this fruit, he will think about my gin. So I went with the Granny Smith apple, okay, because apart from the banana is my favorite fruit, but the second one is the green apple, the Granny Smith apple, the one that, you know, when you start to think about it, you get like a your mouth start to water.
I love that. So it sounds like this gin is really healthy. It sounds like it's made up of some of the various food groups that we're supposed to eat. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the gin has three characteristics. One, it's a gluten-free gin. Okay, the second one, it's a sugar-free gin, and the third one, and most important, it's an organic gin. So that says that all the botanics that I'm using, botanics ingredients that I'm using, are all organic ingredients.
And Roland, how would you describe the taste?
Well, you know, I'm a real gin lover, and we had a conversation before, John and I, because I'm very into gin, and I don't drink every gin with every tonic. So every gin I drink has a special tonic, and he came up with a very cheap one, really,
Yeah.
the cheapest one you can ever have. And I was wondering, I said, oh no, this good gin and this cheap tonic, but, and this was really surprising for me, although this was not a very good tonic, you really got out the taste of this gin. Not very strong, you know, but very soft. And as Jonathan mentioned, it's like you bite this apple. It's like you bite this apple. And it was an amazing experience. Absolutely amazing experience.
Well, congratulations, Jonathan. This is really exciting. We do have another comment from DEFCON Exports. I hope I said that right. Greets from Belgium, Jonathan.
Greeting back.
Right.
We haven't.
So, Jonathan, would you say that this is a sipping gin? For those gin lovers out there, how would you describe where this gin fits in the world of gin?
Okay, my gin is a premium gin. Why is it premium gin? Because it has more than 3 distillations. So, like I say, I get back the idea from Malay of making everything separated. So what I did is every botanic, I do a triple distillation from every botanic, completely individual, like he was doing when he was cooking or he was doing his own alcohol. And then I do a 4th distillation with all the botanics together. Okay, so it happens that with gin, to be a gin, you need to have one of the botanics, at least 40% has to be juniper. Okay, and juniper is a very, very strong and dominant botanic. So by making everything separated, I got the taste that when you drink my gin, it's like a travel through the tasting. Okay, it's not that you only taste the juniper or only taste the apple, but you can taste all the ingredients like the lemon, the oranges, the Jamaican pepper, the hand of Buddha, and the green apple.
So it sounds like what you're saying, it's a premium gin, and then it's sort of like a party for your taste buds, that there's so many fabulous tastes that you encounter.
Exactly. And it's healthy because it doesn't have any gluten, it's organic, and it's sugar-free.
Okay, so you developed this premium product, and now I would think one of the most difficult parts comes for any business is the marketing. So how did you get your name out there? First of all, what is the name of your gin? And then what was that journey that you had to get it out there?
Okay, so the gin name is Gin Matiana, okay, which Matiana means in Old Latin means apple, okay, and I'm going to show a little bit the bottle, okay, maybe with the light. I don't know if we can see it very well, the logo.
But maybe we can show some pictures because
yeah, we will.
Besides the taste of the gin, the design of the logo and the etiquette is just beautiful. It's artwork. It's just
all right, tell us what we're looking at now. This is of you.
Yeah, this is one of the photo shootings. Actually, it was made. This was a photo shooting made by a couch surfer at my house. Okay, my partner from my business, Michael, he was also staying at my place, and we got like an American photographer that came to. He's from Cleveland. I think he was from Cleveland. I'm not 100% sure, but Casey was his name, and he offered me to make a gin tasting. So we went to an old hotel which was abandoned, and we did there a photo shooting.
Beautiful picture. All right, tell us about this and the beautiful scenery.
Yeah, this is in the same hotel room, okay, the abandoned hotel. And on the right side, you can see my still. This was the still that I got from my grandfather, and that is where I started to do my first testings. My first test of doing things with the artichoke was exactly in that still.
So for those of us who don't understand what that is, what does that device that we see, what actually does it do?
Okay, normally you can see the left part that is a little bit bigger and the right part which is a little bit small. Actually, under that normally should be like fire, okay? And inside of there you put the alcohol and you put the botanic, the ingredients. The botanic and ingredients will, together with the alcohol, they will make like a reaction, okay? So the taste of the botanic will get into the alcohol. The alcohol will vaporize, will go through up there, okay, and after it will glide down and let's say cool down, and at the end you had like the proper alcohol, because alcohol has ethanol, which is not good alcohol that has to stay in the still, and this alcohol is not used for any drink.
Thank you, Jonathan. So a quick question I have for you is, when you look at the size of that and the amounts of product you're going to get, how do you actually go from that to designing for a worldwide audience? I'm sure you need much larger machines. What was that process like? And did you encounter any challenges along the way?
Yeah, with this I encountered a lot of challenges, because of course at the beginning I didn't have those stills, so I had to get them, and at the end I got to speak with another company, which is a company from Elche, not far from here, where they're also doing their own alcohols, also with organic botanics. So with this I went there, and I say like, look, I have this idea and I would like to make it in a bigger, okay, because I have only this still, okay, I want to make it bigger. Could I make use of your installations? Because also, of course, I cannot make the gin at my house, in my bathroom, or in my thing. We need, of course, sanity rules. We need a fiscal deposit, because the alcohol has a special tax. We need all the everything that the gin is a healthy gin, that it's not that not hair of my hair can fall into the bottle. So I needed all that installations.
I love the examples you're giving. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm also wondering, how were you able to protect this recipe that you came up with? Did you have any concerns of people trying to steal it as you started to grow your business?
Yeah. Well, Roland can say about this. I'm a very open person. I trust a lot of people. Okay, so actually, when I went to my idea to the person that was making the other alcohols, okay, so I could use his installations, I asked him like, how does it work? Do we make a paper that you cannot steal my formula, or how does it work? And I say, yes, of course we can make the paper, but actually I already told him my idea, so actually he could have copy and paste. But no, he was also something very trustable. We still have a very good connection with him. And at the end, we did make a paper that, okay, this kind of recipe is made by Jonathan, and it's his own formula. So for that, I was, at the beginning, of course, I didn't think about, because I trust so much people. I think, oh, actually, I'm telling him, and maybe I go away. He starts to produce it this afternoon, and tomorrow I come back and I say, no, look, I'm already doing it. But no, I trusted him, and that was okay.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm with you. Most people are very trustworthy, but we still have to protect ourselves. So sounds like it was a good experience. What was it like the first production run? Was the quality, the taste where you wanted it to be?
Yeah, from the beginning, the formula, the production was exactly what I wanted. I cannot say even better, but it was exactly what I expected. Is what I got in the big production, because of course it's not the same making things small than making. It's not the same cooking for 2 people than maybe cooking for 50 people. Then you will see like, oh, you don't give the same love, but the whole love that I gave to the little steel, I gave it also to the big steels.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at the bottle. We've got some other pictures here. So I love this, how you have this marketed with the green apples. I love green apples. I can just taste it right now, that crisp.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
oh, I just love it. How did you decide on this bottle and this logo, this design?
Okay. White bottle is because I think my product was a very Ibiza kind product. With Ibiza, you will see a lot of white in there and a lot of blues. And if you see the shape of the etiquette, okay, it's like an apple. Okay. And then if you see in the M from the Matiana, it's like 3 apples on a row.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's like
That's
3
great.
apples, one following the next one.
Now tell us about the above the apple in the outer part between the part that you pour and the design that you use. There's like blue, different shades of blue on top of the apple. What is that?
Okay, this let me say, how do I say it in English? These are like like different kind of shapes. It's like a reproduction of like a sound. Okay, and you will see it like when the sound waves. How do you call it? Patrones.
Yeah.
Patrons. I don't know how you
It's
say.
it's like when you put sound to water, and then
Yeah, exactly,
moves.
and it makes like this.
Rippling.
Yeah, probably it's the name.
Yeah, probably it's the name. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm super excited to hear what was and what is going to be the distribution process. So in other words, where in the world can one purchase your gin?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, when I started to have the bottle already with the tax label and with everything that it's completely legal, I started just to go out in my car to the bars and restaurants from people that I already knew and saying, "Hey, hello, I've made the gin. What do you think about having your gin in your restaurant, in your bar, in your pub, in your disco?" And of course, at the beginning, because it's a premium gin, the price, it's, let's say, a little bit higher than normal gins. They were kind of, yeah, okay, I will take one bottle because it's you. Some people that already knew me directly say, okay, give me one case and we will see what happens. So that's how I started, just going to the bars and to the people that say, yeah, but everything that you just explained me, okay, I don't have the time to explain that to my customer. So what I was offering is that to everyone that bought, every restaurant or bar that bought me a bottle, to go to their place and do like a little gin tasting for their customers, so they get to know the gin and they can taste something local, because at the end they were drinking gins from England, from the Netherlands, from Italy, and I was saying, like, why don't we try the local product, which I think is also very important to support all the local products. Yeah.
And the customers also get to know the story behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
I really respect and admire what you did. That takes a lot of courage and guts and determination. And I wish more business owners really thought about that. Get to know your people, get to know the audience, let them know you, because you are the face behind the brand. So you started out going, I love this, because you started out going door to door about places to sleep, and then you went door to door with your product. And so how was the product received?
The product, people that was tasting it, they were saying, like, wow, this is something different. Even people that say, I don't like gin, they say, actually, I do like gin. Okay. And also, like I say, it's like you were saying, that when you tell a history behind it, people get a little bit involved in it. Okay. They say, like, wow, this has a history, and it's somebody that I've get to know, because I don't know the maker of Beefeater or the maker of Johnny Walker or Seagram, but I get to know here the person that is making the gin. So they were getting involved, and I was quite quick. It was running fast.
Thank you so much for everything that you're sharing here. What are some of the key takeaways that you can share with our audience as an entrepreneur with this product? So, what are some of the things that you've learned that maybe didn't go exactly your way, but still they were great opportunities that you can help other people, whatever it is that they are putting out there for their new product or service?
Well, I was talking before the interview with Roland. If you have a dream, go for it. Okay, it won't be easy. You will have a lot of stones in your way. You will make a lot of mistakes, but at the end, with these mistakes, you learn about. Okay, it's a lesson. Okay, sometimes it can be an expensive lesson. Sometimes it can be a hard lesson. Sometimes it can be a painful lesson. But at the end, it's a lesson, and you really learn about it.
Yeah, actually, Jonathan told me before the show that some people who really fucked him, meaning, they bought a bottle, they bought a second bottle, they bought 5 bottles, they bought 10 bottles, and at the end they did a huge order and never paid again, and it almost kicked him out of the business because it was a hell of money. I guess $50,000, €50,000. It almost kicked him out of the business in the beginning, but he didn't give up and keep going and keep going. And so sometimes you really have obstacles, you really have problems in the way, but it's all about not giving up, not giving up.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Roland. And Jonathan, I really want to tap into that because I think business owners experience this all the time. Clients mean well, they agree to make payment, but something happens and then they're not able to do it. So how did you manage with the situation? Did you show the clients grace? Did you try to work out some payment plan? Did you say, I'm going to ruin you and see that you're put out of business? Like, how did you manage working with the client so that it was a good experience?
Okay, so basically at the beginning, I was again trusting a lot in the people. So some people, they paid it direct, but a lot of other people, I just left my bottle there and I say like, look, have your bottle there, sell it. And once it's sold, I will get my money. Would I recommend this? No. Okay. Because at the end you have a product, and I say no, but I still do it sometimes. Okay. So it's actually a lesson that I haven't learned completely. Okay. Because I don't want to say leave your product there, because if they have it there, they're going to sell it. Okay, and you are going to get the money. But sometimes it happened that I went to a bar, and more because I started before the pandemic, and once the pandemic was finished, of course the bars and restaurants were closed. Then I went back to those bars and restaurants, and some of them were closed, so I could not get my money back, and I had left there the bottles. So yeah, lesson to give, or a tip to give, is that if you leave your product, always get paid for it. Okay, that's something that I want to say, because that has been a hard lesson for me. I still have a lot of thousands and thousands of euros somewhere around.
Well, it seems to me you have a really good heart, and so that makes it difficult as an entrepreneur trying to separate that part out. But something I'd like to just hone in on in reference to the restaurants and bars. I remember when I was growing up, you could go, of course, when I was growing up, when I was in college, you would go to get a drink and they just take the bottle and they'd pour it out. And then as we got older, everything was regulated through technology and equipment that as soon as you started pouring something, the amount that was in there is registered somewhere so that people couldn't steal from the owner of the restaurant or the bar. Is that how it is today, where you have your gin? No. Roland's going no.
No. That's what I love in Spain. When I moved to Mallorca 15 years ago, I'm a gin tonic drinker. And in Austria, they measure it a little bit this. And in Spain, they came with the bottles on the table. They fill in the glass until you say stop. There's no measuring. In some high exclusive bars, yes, but normally they come with the bottle on the table, or sometimes they even leave the bottle on the table.
The bottle on the table,
and you help yourself. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. So, as you think about your continued exposure and growth and getting this product out to more people, I know you love to travel, but what's the plan to get it distributed across the world? Or is that the plan? Are you happy with where you have the distribution today, and that's where you're going to keep it?
Okay, I think well, after today's interview, okay, I think it's going to, tomorrow for sure, I'm going to have some people messaging me or asking me about, which I'm very happy and very thankful for. for USA Global TV for and radio to let me expose and to let me talk about it. And yes, I'm growing. Okay, slowly but slowly. Okay, but I'm growing a lot of people because in my business that I have now, I have all the time coming people from all around the world with their camper vans and campers, and not everyone, but almost all, to take a bottle of the gin with them. And I know that after they speak to their family members or to their friends, and I've already had some orders from people that have been with the caravans and say, hey, I got your gin tasted in the Netherlands of in Germany because somebody took the bottle and they ordered me some gin.
Fantastic. Jonathan, would you share with us how much does a bottle cost? And for people who are watching or listening, they're thinking, you know what, I do want to place an order. How do they go about it?
Okay, so the bottle costs €27.50. Okay, that's the price of the bottle, including IVA. And if you want to purchase one, you can always send me an email, lafabrica.dolores@gmail.com. You also have my website where you can find me, where you can also find my phone number, and they can text me, WhatsApp me, Telegram me, and they can get an order.
Excellent. Thank you. We do have a couple of other pictures which I want to share.
Yeah.
Tell us about this one.
Okay, this one is a picture. I don't know if you can zoom a little bit in, but actually something quite also different from my gin is if you watch very good to the etiquette, to the inside of the etiquette. Inside of there, it's full of holograms. Okay, this was another lesson that I learned. Okay, so one of my friends, which is designer, he told me, why don't you tell all your story inside? So if you really look inside the label, okay, you will see my face, my grandfather's face, the face of Malay. You will see the year when I traveled. You will see all the ingredients. All the secrets from my gin are inside this label. Okay, of course, when you have the bottle in your hand and you like move it around, you will see it better. On the picture, it's very difficult to see. And actually, we made it so that you could see it with the ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light, you call it?
Yeah.
So we did a testing with a very good ultraviolet light, and it was, wow, it's amazing. You can see it very good. So I went to AliExpress and I bought 500 lights because it was saying that it was the best ultraviolet light, and I want to hang them on my bottle. And then when I got the lights here, I can tell you that I have in one of my boxes in my house still 498 of these lights because they were crap.
I love that. Can you hold the bottle up again? I love that about the hologram. That's so cool. Let's see if we can see them.
Yeah, the label is really artwork. It's absolute artwork.
You can see it all around. It's inside, but I think it's better. Of course, people, if you buy the bottle, you can see it better.
So cool.
Okay. Yeah, but it's quite difficult to see right now.
Yeah, it's hard with the green screen.
Like I said, it was more meant to do with this ultraviolet light. And I said, yeah, I'm going to sell the bottle with an ultraviolet light because it was not costing so much and people can discover the secrets of Matiana. But then when I got the bottle, I went into the darkest room of the world with the light, and it was really, my God, the worst purchase in my life.
Oh my goodness. I love this picture. Tell us about this one.
This is actually very curious, is because I'm someone that people can get to know. Okay, a lot of customers that bought the bottles, they were sending me pictures made by themselves. So actually, this is a picture from a neighbor. Okay, you can see the apple, and she made it in her garden. And I got like from a lot of people. I got pictures. Hey, Jonathan, I'm taking your bottle to. I even got a picture from someone that took the bottle to Cuba. Someone that made the bottle in Iceland, in the middle of the nowhere. They made the picture. No, there was like a plane. You know, there was in Iceland, there is somewhere a plane to make the picture. And I said like, wow, but did you took the bottle full? No. I said like, oh, I'm going to travel. Let's make a picture for Jonathan so he can see that his gin is all around the world. So I can say that from my customers and from a lot of people, I got a lot of support.
That's beautiful. Congratulations, really. That's fantastic. So Roland's, you mentioned how you met Jonathan and that you were going to be staying there just a couple of days, and instead it's a couple of weeks. How would you describe the experience that you've had so far?
Oh, very good. Otherwise, it wouldn't stay so long. You know me. When I don't like something, I say it and I leave. There's no problem on that. Absolutely no problem. As I mentioned in the beginning, my plan was to stay 2 or 3 nights because I'm already late heading to the south to meet other friends. But my plan is not really having a plan. So it's beautifully. It's a nice atmosphere. It's nice people met here. Actually, today we had some cookings together. Somebody made a very hot, spicy Thai seafood soup, and I made my special main dish with some little bit of bottle of wines. So it's a nice community. There are a lot of events here on the venue. So we had a what do you call it, a Halloween party with girls. How do you say, fire dancing?
Fire dancing. Yeah.
Fire dancing. DJs. We have a Moroccan night.
Yeah.
We had a Balkan night. Tomorrow we have a ping pong tournament. We had drum session, 50 people drumming. So it's a beautiful venue here. I absolutely love it. And yeah, and I go for the gin, of course. I said, I bring some bottles for my friends who are already waiting. When I'm coming back to Austria in 6 months, so they have to wait 6 months. But I bring some bottles. A friend of mine who runs a chain of hotels and restaurants, he will order it. And I have to say something for the price. It's a premium product, and I can tell you, I'm a gin aficionado. I drink gin, I don't know, since 30 years, and it's a perfect product. And it's a very reasonable price. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive than this industrial mass production, but you cannot compare it. But it's much cheaper than other gins have a fancy name, but are not as that good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's more than worth the price. It's made with love. I love the story behind it. We do have another comment from Chris. For you, to you, anywhere. A smiley face with love hearts in the eyes. Very nice. Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
So I am so happy to have met you, Jonathan. I can see Jonathan be a natural fit for the men's show as well. Have him on there if you're still.
Yeah, we will do it. Actually, we plan another interview in 4 weeks when we talk about La Fabrica, the event here, because it's a fantastic place. For me, it's the place to be in Spain. Yeah. As I said. And actually, we did some beach cleaning a few days ago. Many bags of plastic. So I want to invite him after we had Captain the captain from Greenpeace and Sea Shepherd. We do an interview on the Earth Show, and showing people what you can do when you just start in your community and encourage other people to do small steps. And actually what it says on the flyer, it says not everyone can do everything, but everyone can do a little bit. So, and it's a lot of stuff going around here, and that's why I support it, because that's exactly what I love. Besides the gym, I love to protect the environment. You know, JACALYN, I love to care, caring and sharing and connect with other people, and that's what's going on here in La Fabrica.
Well, you both look very happy, and this was a special episode, so thank you so much. And I think it would be really kind of cool in a future show maybe to have a gin tasting with people right there tasting the gin and having the show live. That might be interesting as well.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Would be a lot of fun, yeah.
All right, we have one more comment from Manuela Moore. La Fabrica becomes a home for me.
Yeah, that's actually true. You know, some people really stay the whole winter here.
Yeah. And a lot of people that came last year are back, like Manuela. But Manuela that is like writing now to us. She was here last year for, I was going to say for a couple of months, but I think it was like 6 months that she stayed, and now she's back. And we also have a lot of people coming back.
Well, it seems like a great place to be. You both look very healthy. I'm in Florida and look like a ghost. Both look very tan and happy, so fantastic. I want to spotlight you again, Jonathan. I'll put up your banner. Please let people know how they can reach out to you and who you would like to contact you.
Okay, for all the people that are gin lovers, or also like just spirit lovers, or people that care about their a little bit about their health, also on lafabrica.dolores@gmail.com. You can send me an email. You can also visit our webpage, www.lafabricadolores.com, and just text me, and I will answer you.
Fantastic.
Well, you know, the Spanish people speak very fast, so for those guys who are listening on a radio station or a podcast, I will, because they don't see it, I spell it for you. It's www.lafabricad ROLORES.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Roland. And Roland, please let people know who should reach out to you and also the other wonderful work that you're doing here on this platform, and especially the show that's coming up right after this.
Whoa! I mean, there's not much to say. There's much to do. You know, I'm working very busy here. Well, for those guys who want to contact me, I would say go on my main website. I have 8 websites because there's so many businesses around the world. So go to my main website, roland.friedl.com. I will spell it for you. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. From there, you can link whatever you want. When you're interested in businesses, you need an interims manager from one of my team. We serve in 9 languages all over the globe. When you need process optimization or develop your stuff, then you can link there to the SBS website in Switzerland. And when you're interested in let's say a little bit crazy lifestyle like myself, so I know some people would love to have a lifestyle by myself, more people come up like that, then you go on my Wireless Life Rocks website. You can link it also from the main website. When you're interested in the men's work I'm doing, you go to For Sparring for Men. And by the way, when you're a gentleman, and I hope you are, or when you're a lady and you want your guy to become a gentleman, I highly recommend you every Wednesday. We have a men's show, meaning tomorrow, Wild at Heart. It's a show for men, by men, about men. So go to the show. It's a cool show where men from different parts of the world discuss topics about men, because men need men to talk. If you're interested in environmental stuff like John and myself, please come also tomorrow to the Earth Show. I run together with a biologist and environmental biologist from Poland with my dear friend Marcin. We have an amazing guest tomorrow on the Earth Show. It's Amaya Rodriguez. She runs an amazing project and company just 1.5 hour north from here, the Gravity Wave. What they do is they collect with thousands of fishermen under contract in the Mediterranean Sea. They collect all the plastic out of the sea, recycle it, and produce durable products. So we're interested in that. And when you're a business guy or a businesswoman, you're not on the website, just after this show, we continue with our module, helping customers manage change through innovation. And I guess we're now on module or episode number 7 right now. We're going to talk about the buyer's journey in a few minutes on a business. Yeah, but who wants to contact me? Hey, guys, whoever wants to share and care, whoever wants to connect, I'm always open. I'm always looking forward to get people to know where they're coming from, where they want to go. Let's just connect. It's all about connecting and supporting each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roland. And we do have a final comment, which is from DEFCON Esports. Proud of you, brother.
Thanks, DEFCON. Thanks. Where are you from, man? Thank you.
Thank you. From Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Belgium.
Cool.
He's my real brother.
Beautiful. I love that.
One of the 6. We are 6.
Well, best wishes and continued success to you, Jonathan. I'm excited to see you again. And Roland, thank you, as always, for bringing another fabulous person to our platform.
It's always an honor and a pleasure. See you soon.
I'll see you very shortly. Bye for now.
Oh, bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. And thank you to each and every one of you, especially those of you who are new to our platform. I'll just give you a bit of information that I'm going to be sharing very broadly. But as of January, we will be live streaming from our website, which is usaglobaltv.com. As of January, it will also be usaglobaltv and radio.com. So you'll be able to watch our show directly from our website and also from our YouTube channel. We will be moving away from Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other places where we stream today, but we'll still be on the radio. So please do get to know us. Go over to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV and Radio, and subscribe. As I mentioned, we have about 29 live shows each week. If you'd like to be a guest or you would like to share your story, we'd like to hear from you. What do? So easy. Go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, book your session. We're always happy to meet new people. We have a global platform, and we're all about education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. For now, I'm signing off. I will be backstage producing Roland's show, Talking Heads, and we will be back again tomorrow with a full day of broadcast. We broadcast Monday through Friday. So thank you again for being here, and bless you all. Take care.